Second Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Waharakal Kadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, many blessings, salutations, and, to the hopeful elect, the house of David, the after Wadah, for whom these epistles are written for. And, as you can see on the screen here, man, Esau is preparing himself for, these Jakes, man, they're out in the streets, they're dancing around, they're having a good time, they're partying, with these other nations and, these other bug outs as well of the other nations as well. But they're not preparing their minds, they're not preparing themselves for the, the eventual, things that's going to come with this, the prophecy. All right, the prophecy of unrest being in the streets, man, of martial law. They're not preparing themselves for none of those things, man, because they think they're in a good case. As I brung out a video earlier, a few hours ago, about, being thinking themselves to be in a good case, man. And absolutely, you're actually not in the good case. You're in the worst case scenario. All right, this is the worst case scenario for you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. I've been watching videos all day, and the brothers have been going into how Joe Biden, whether you call him Creepy Joe or, Jim Crow Joe, he's going to usher in the microchip. He's going to usher in all of the technological, Babylon the Great, and Trump has, we don't know what the future holds as far as with that is concerned, but we know that prophecy is still going to pass. It's not going to fail. It's going to pass. And, we don't, although we might not know specifically or how it's going to be done, we know it's going to be done. All right. We know that the chip is coming. We know that Joe Biden plays a part in this. Okay. We know that, World War III is on the way, but as you see on the screen, there's also going to be unrest in the streets, man. There's going to be people against, there's going to be a lot of, it's going to be a lot of, gun battles out here in the streets, man. This is, Second Esdras 15:14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, just like these guys right here. They have swords in their hands. These are what you would call modern day swords. All right. They inflict a lot of damage very quickly. It says, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. That's right. So as these militia groups out here, led by Esau, they have the power in their hand, so to speak. But it was given to them by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, of course. See, these Edomites, man, they're going to lean upon what they understand the most is the gun, carnality. Okay. They know that they can't beat the Israelites in the Bible. So what they're going to do is they're going to come at you niggas, man. They're going to blow you away, man. And you were warned. You can't say you weren't warned, man. Yeah, there's thousands of videos of the elders and apostles and the brothers all the way down in Great Millstone, and others, that have been propagating this truth for many years now and been warning you about this has been going on. I personally have been talking about the election of 2020 for at least 2 to 3 years now, because it's almost like I could see it. Like it was clear, even though it was further away, like 2 to 3 years sounds like a long time, but that time has went by fast. And I remember talking about this 2 to 3 years ago, how if Donald Trump gets voted out of office, there's going to be an uprising. There's going to be sedition, and do these people listen? Absolutely. And speaking about our people don't listen. They don't want to learn anything. They don't want to know anything. They think they already know it. Our people are stiff-necked, rebellious children, man. All right, and they're gonna pay for their rebelliousness, man, because rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, man. All right, let's play this video.
Raise your hand if you think that now, more than ever in your lifetime, America's on the brink of civil war.
Clear! Clear! Ready up, then forward.
I'm Lori Siegel in rural Michigan, where one of the largest statewide militias is preparing.
Up.
Bang, bang. Who here believes that their rights are under attack? How many of you guys were in the military? Wow, good number. Last night at a rally, President Trump called your governor, Gretchen Whitmer, a dictator. This is after everything that's happened with the foiled plot to kidnap her. She tweeted, this is exactly the rhetoric.
2 Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men. What is sedition going to? Uprising against the government. See, they were trying to kidnap, the governor of Michigan, Whitmer. But actually, that was another plot to kidnap another governor as well of Virginia. See, there's sedition among men right now that's being propagated amongst these militia. All right. There are some Jake that have their organized so-called. They're not organized under Yahweh Shemal Shah, so it doesn't really matter. But for the context of this story, all right, you have many different groups that are, getting ready to, it's about to be ugly, man. This is winter is coming, man. All right. I want to grab something else. Yeah. It's like I had a brain freeze real quick. This is Luke 12 and 51. It says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. That's right. That's the spirit right now in the earth right now. As these Edomites are already answering for you Jakes, man, who come across this video, who haven't fully repented. All right. These Edomites, all right, they're used as weapons on the left-hand side by Yahweh Shemal Shah. They're nothing more than tools to extract all of the 2/3 or most of the 2/3 as much as they can. All right. They're nothing but tools. So if you fear the Heavenly Father and do his commandments and obey him and obey them, all right, both Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, you have nothing to fear, and I get that. Luke 12 and 51, it says, suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth, I tell you nay, but rather division. That's right. But rather division. Division is taking place on the earth right now. This is not a time to be lovey-dovey, man. This is a time to buckle down, tighten up, all right, and look around. Because if you're not paying attention, you're not on your watch, you're not reporting these things to the people, to the sheep, you are an unprofitable prophet. Okay? You're not profiting anyone. You're failing the sheep, actually. Okay? The sheep needs to know this, what's going on. How are they to know this if you're not reporting on it? All right? Speaking to the prophets. All right? Going back to 2 Esdras 15 and 1, it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemal Shah. That's right. He put it in our mouth. These are not things that we're saying per se. We're just flesh and blood, man. We're just vessels, man. The Heavenly Father put it in our spirit to say this over and over and over again. Because we're trying to help. We want to be the vessels that help the Lord seal the elect, man. Verse 2, it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Verse 3, here's the point. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. See, who's going to speak against us? All right. You got militias like this guy on the screen right here, or these guys that's on the screen. And you have the other nations, all right, that's going to call us terrorists. And you got 2/3 of our people that are going to coon out. They're going to bitch up. And they're going to become cowards in that day, man. See, the 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to turn into cowards. They're already cowards anyway, but they're going to turn into bigger cowards in that day. They're going to give up their own people, man, for their own self-preservation, man. And ain't nothing more cowardly than that, man. All right? So I just wanted to bring out a couple scriptures. We're going to play this video. Maybe we'll play another one, Lord willing.
That has put me, my family, and other government officials' lives in danger while we try to save the lives of our fellow Americans. It needs to stop. I'm curious for your response.
So, most of people in Michigan will agree with Trump because everything she's done, some of it's made sense, some of it hasn't. The minute she went against the voice of the people to repel her emergency powers, she became that dictator.
Do you worry that this is just adding fuel to the fire?
I don't think what Trump said is adding fuel to the fire. I think anything she does from this point forward that doesn't make sense or is in the good of the public will. Anything she does from here on out is going to determine if it fuels the fire or not. That's 100% on her.
You believe that it's all on her?
I believe where it goes is on her, yes.
Being the governor of a state like Michigan is going to be a hard job. But it shouldn't carry consequences like these, where if people disagree with you, they want to take your life.
I'm Lori Siegel at the Michigan State Capitol, and behind me, you have an armed group of folks. You have members of the Boogaloo Boys.
We gather here today to call on our public servants and political leaders to turn from their sin and reform their ways.
For someone who's never heard of a Boogaloo Boy, how would you explain it?
A lot of people think it's like a group or a team or a militia, when really it's more of a movement. It's people sharing ideas with each other about our individual liberties and how we need to put people before politics and see people for what we have in common.
That all sounds broadly great, right?
Yeah.
But what does that actually mean?
Basically, it's, trying to make a peaceful statement that, hey, government, we see what you're doing, we don't like it.
And the idea is that this is to help you keep peace?
Yep.
That's what's going to keep peace for Esau. This is Isaiah 19:2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one of his, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. If you're not excited, if your blood ain't pumping for the times that we're about to enter into, you need a spiritual check. All right? You need a spiritual clear. You need to really check. You need to really look in the mirror, man, and really assess, are you truly in the spirit? These are some of the most exciting times to be a Hebrew Israelite. We've been prophesying this for years, starting with the elders and apostles, Great Millstone, for sure. But to actually live through these times, it gives you goosebumps. It gets your blood pumping. It gets you to start to thinking like, man, this is, it's going to be rough. Never said it wasn't going to be. But the true men of the Lord, the true people of the Lord, all right, the 1/3, they're going to make it by the skin of their teeth, but they're going to make it.
There should be so much tension mounting around the election. What do you think is going to happen?
I think that whatever happens, people are going to get hurt, people are going to get killed.
Oh, my checks are in.
My car keys.
Today, your information
is exposed and vulnerable to cyber criminals.
Michigan is also a battleground state, and late today it went to Joe Biden. Many of the final ballots came from Democratic strongholds like Detroit, and today there was unrest at a building in that city where ballots are being counted. Poll watchers are allowed in Michigan where vote counting is happening, but the room was at capacity. Angry crowds began pushing. Our Jeff Semple is in Detroit tonight. Jeff, what more can you tell us?
Well, Donna, take a look here just behind me. A few dozen protesters and a large number of police who are now standing guard in front of this building where some of the final ballots are being counted here in Michigan, a battleground state, of course, where tensions around that vote count are running very high.
A day of demonstrations in Detroit.
Tell me what democracy looks like.
Protesters demanding that every vote is counted after President Trump launched a lawsuit to stop the count in the battleground state.
If you want to declare the game is over before halftime, it depends that you ultimately are not interested.
Jake is finished out here, man. And what I've noticed is, and I'm sure you brothers and sisters have as well, the older Jakes, you know what I'm saying, like, they're finished out here, man. This is their only hope, man. This is all they know, man. That's a damn shame. Now there are some brothers and sisters who are a little bit more aged, all right, that are in this truth, you know. And may the Heavenly Father bless you and your entire household, man. Because you have to be a humble spirit, man. All right, to be on this earth for a little while, man, and still come into this truth, man. You know. Because you got Jakes like this. We could be like this guy right here on the screen, man. You know? This guy's finished, man. Look at him, man. He's done, man. He is ready for the microchip to be pushed, man.
And all of us winning.
A group of Republican supporters tried to force their way into this building where the ballots were counted, but were stopped by police. With Michigan's tally extremely tight, the Detroit area in Wayne County was among the last to count its ballots.
A lot of population there, a lot of Democratic voters, and at least in the city of Detroit, we know 9 out of 10 of those voters are voting for Mr. Biden.
A city 80% black with around 40% unemployment during the peak of the pandemic.
It's a difficult time, you know.
This auto worker was laid off this summer and cast his ballot for Biden.
I think everyone in Detroit wants change.
Back in 2016, Donald Trump won Michigan by the slimmest of margins, 0.3%, in part because Detroit didn't show up.
Looking at the polls, I think everybody thought that this was going to be a blowout for Hillary, and that didn't happen.
So this time, groups pushed to get out the vote, working the phones and offering free rides to polling stations.
We don't believe the polls, so it's like, no, act like he's really behind and vote like your life matters, because it really does.
They deployed this smartphone app that syncs a person's contacts with the voter list.
So rather than people just getting cold calls or cold text message, we have Uncle Henry reach out to Cousin Jamie, because that's who's going to listen.
This grassroots group made 25,000 calls and sent 8 million text messages. The result? Detroit's voter turnout is projected to be its highest in decades.
And the impact of those votes was hard to miss. When people here woke up this morning, Donald Trump was still leading in the state of Michigan, but suddenly Joe Biden pulled ahead after a large number of votes were reported from the city of Detroit. And as we know, Biden never looked back. Our projections now showing that the Democrats are expected to reclaim the state of Michigan.
It's lucky though. But yeah, man, the point of this is that, you know, you got unrest that's going to be happening in the streets of America, man. And it's incumbent that we, you know what I'm saying, we stay calm, but yet this is a very exciting time, man. And man, we pushing out these videos, man, as the elders and apostles have commanded. And hey, man, we flooding this internet, man. And may the Heavenly Father move on this place very, very soon, man. All right. Truly, man, we don't want to see another day in this place, man. But if we want to definitely see the destruction of Babylon the Great just continue to fall upon itself, man. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem El Shai, Ba'ashem, Wahawah Kakadash, Shalom, to the brothers and sisters who listened to this message, man, and took it to heart, man, and understand that these things must come to pass, man, in order for the kingdom to come. Shalom.